We have been working throughout this week, releasing a lot of money blocks that we are holding on to. May that be at our genetic level, may that be from our experiences that we might be holding on to. May that be at the history level. We activated the money of wheel, we opened up the portal of abundance. But once we release our blocks, what we require is in the ground reality to make those smart investments and to earn and keep that money wheel rolling. So today I'm very, very happy and to invite Priyanka Bhatia on our screen.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Like, sorry, there's something gone wrong with my computer. One sec. Yeah. Hi, Priyanka. A very, very warm welcome to you. And how much ever I worked, we couldn't connect before. So for you, this is our daily Theta platform where we are, at the time of the COVID, we started this. And like almost in April, we'll finish 1 year, Monday to Friday. So these are all people from different fields of life. Some of them are actually into investment, some from other countries. So we have people joining from South Africa, we have people joining from Australia, US, Canada, Hong Kong. So like we have people joining from different countries as well. And they all are coming from different walks of life. But one thing what they have done with themselves is to be very, very regular, uplifting their own journey of life. And this week being on the Women's Day, week special, we were working on making money. So we worked on releasing the subconscious blocks because everything begins at your mindset, what you believe in and what you do. So we would be very, very happy to even hear your story and how you started the platform. So for all of you, before I take much of your time, because we all are looking forward to getting good tips from Priyanka Bhatia. And to know that Priyanka Bhatia is the co-founder and the lead consultant. And her platform is Women on Wealth, right? I think they started it in 2008. And the way in which we release the mental blocks, the anxiety related to it, whether I can invest, whether I am capable, whether this investment will make profits or not. She has helped a lot of people helping with the financial anxiety and has always been in that role of finding the smarter and the new ways of doing it. So more than me, I think the platform is all yours, Priyanka. Looking forward to hearing briefly your journey, and moreover, all of them are waiting to get really good tips from you.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you for.
We can't hear you.
Okay. Is it loud enough now? How is it now?
I still can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Everybody, can you hear me? Yes. Okay. Yes, you can. Okay.
Oh God, so there's something
yes.
wrong.
So people can hear me.
You all can hear?
Yeah.
Then why is it that I am not?
Okay, then I'm going to begin, and maybe you can go sign out and sign in. Yeah.
We talk every day and this problem never surfaces up.
Okay. Everybody thinking.
So everyone can hear her.
Yes.
Once, let me just.
Okay.
Can you just say something? So
yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Oh, glad. I'm glad it is working now. So thank you so much for having me on your platform. It is an absolute joy being here right early in the morning. So thank you, and my gratitude to you for this platform where you are supporting so many of us to really go beyond all the blockages that each one has. Thank you.
It's an honor to have you here.
Cute. Okay, now a little bit about me, guys. And before I talk about me, I want to say thank you so much. I don't know what it took for all of you to show up at 9 a.m., but all of you showed up. And this actually demonstrates your commitment to your money life. So thank you so much. Know that I'm standing in absolute acknowledgement of who you are. Over the next 30 minutes, we have around 30 minutes. It's already 9:08, so 22 minutes. Okay, over the next 22 minutes, I'm going to give my best and create value for you. You make sure that you create value for yourself, because these 22 minutes, none of us are ever getting back in our lives. So today, in these 22 minutes, I'm going to talk about me, women on wealth, and talk about creating some value for you. We will focus on making just 1% improvement today. Okay. Let's really keep our expectations to making just 1% improvement today, because 22 minutes are really that short to make just 1% improvement. Okay. So everybody's game. Type in game if you're game with me for that 1% improvement in your money life.
Thumbs up here.
Okay. Thumbs up, everybody. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Got it. Done. Let's begin. So who are we? We are Women on Wealth, and what we do is we help women take charge of their finances. So we run online financial training and coaching programs so that women can learn how they can manage their money and grow it effectively. We've now been operational for the last 10 years, and we have helped over 4,000 women. And these women have become debt-free. They've come out of living paycheck to paycheck. They today save at least 25% more than they ever saved. Many women have built their own investment portfolios. They have learned the step-by-step methodologies to pick good quality investments. Some even generate 40 to 80% returns on their investments. Some have managed to buy their own properties, build their own businesses without depending on their husband, father, broker. And some women today are recognized as the finance ministers of their house, and they are getting involved in major financial decision making in their families. So if you look at finance, finance has been a male domain in our families. And our intention at Women on Wealth is to make it gender free, because we at Women on Wealth believe that finance is a system. Finance is not a gender role. Finance is a system, and every woman, every man with basic IQ, basic math skills can do this. We run 3 paid online financial training and coaching programs. Our flagship course is called Money Gym, Your Personal Finance Blueprint. The second course is a bit of an advanced course to that, which is purely on stock investing. And third, we run premium one-on-one financial coaching services. Also, we have a lot of free resources for you. So if you check our Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, you will find a lot about us. And here are the links for all of you. And now a little bit about me. So if you ever thought that you need to be from a finance background to manage your money, or you thought you need to be a man to manage your money, then note, I'm not a man, and I don't even come from a finance background. I come from a journalism background. That's what my education, higher education has been in. And I used to be a reporter with news agencies like the Press Trust of India, United News of India, and more, where I had a great salary, which I used to spend on branded shoes, clothes, bags. I always wanted to create wealth, but I just didn't know how to do that. And I got a big shock when one of my male colleagues ended up buying a property. He was at the same position as mine, same salary as mine. And he ended up buying a property while I had not even managed to save that much money. So that's where my quest to wealth began. And I thought the first person to take guidance from is my dad. And like any well-meaning man, my dad mentioned about traditional investments like public provident fund, PPF, and fixed deposits. I did those investments, and very soon I realized that the rates of return were really low. And I had big goals. I wanted to buy my own property in Delhi NCR. That's where I live. I wanted to earn from my investments, ultimately build a corpus for my business. And I knew none of those goals were possible if I continue to manage my money the way I was managing and invest it the way I was investing. I knew I had to take some different actions to get a different result. And one of the different actions that showed up for me was to check with this male colleague of mine who had ended up buying a property. And when I checked on him, he mentioned that he invests in the stock market. So straight I went ahead, opened a demat account, got myself a broker, and I started buying and selling whatever my broker told me to do. Only to realize in 2008 that I lost 90% of what I had invested. And at that time, I was so sad and disgusted with what had happened that I thought wealth creation was not for me and that I should give up. And I literally gave up on wealth creation. I gave up on wealth creation until I could find my mentors. And I found 4 mentors: a woman stock investor, a property investor, a serial entrepreneur, and a business coach. And when these guys began to guide me and they gave me little exercises to do, financial clarity began to emerge in my life. Like I exactly knew how much money was coming into my life, how much money was going out, where that money was going, how much money I needed to reach my financial goals, where I needed to invest, and how much I needed to invest to reach my goals. My stock investor mentor, she taught me a step-by-step methodology to pick good quality stocks. Until then, I didn't even know there was a proper step-by-step methodology to pick good quality investments. So I learned the methodology to pick good quality stocks, went back to the stock market, and it was different this time because I started by making 70,000 rupees in 120 minutes. And I kept making money like that to a point that I could buy my own property in Delhi NCR. Also, I learned the step-by-step methodologies to pick good quality mutual funds, other investments, and I built an entire well-diversified investment portfolio without depending on anyone in my life. And a point came where I started earning from my investments, and my earnings from my investments were more than what my expenses were. And at that point, I knew that I was free to take up meaningful projects in my life. So I quit my job. And 2011, we started Women on Wealth. Since then, there's been no looking back. We've been covered by the BBC News, NDTV 24/7 News Channel, Zee Business News Channel, Hindustan Times newspaper, Femina Magazine, Entrepreneur Magazine, and a series of women's blogs and posts. Also, Sherry Blair, who is wife of Mr. Tony Blair, the ex-UK Prime Minister, she wrote about us in the Huffington Post herself. And she came from London specially to visit us in Delhi and offered us the India partnership to her Sherry Blair Foundation. And since then, we've been nominating women from India to the foundation in London. So this is pretty much about me and us at Women on Wealth. And now let's talk about you. Please start typing. What are your financial goals that bring you to this session? What is it that your heart truly desires when it comes to your finances? Go ahead. Some of the examples I can give you are, do you want to buy your own property? Do you want to build a holiday home for yourself? Do you want to be financially free? You want to free yourself from the 9-to-5 constraints of a job? Do you want to free yourself from any kind of dependency on your husband, on your spouse, on your broker? Or do you want to build your child's higher education fund, a fund for your parents? So start typing, what is it that your heart truly desires? Okay, financial independence, buying your own house, earning from your investments. Got it? What else? Very quickly, guys. What is it that your heart truly desires? Got it? Freedom from any kind of financial dependence. And now start typing, what are those financial challenges which are in the way of you reaching these financial goals? Example, are you living paycheck to paycheck? Are you in debt? Do you find it difficult to save? Or you save and you blow it all up? Or you want to invest, but you're only investing in fixed deposits, or you lack knowledge of investments, you lack knowledge of finances. So what are those challenges that you have with your finances? Okay, difficulty in saving. I don't know how to invest. Okay, got it. Some of you are talking about the goals. I can get that. Moving on, what are the challenges? What are those financial struggles that you're facing? Come on, everybody jump in. Geeta, Shilpa.
Guys, you all told me during this week what are your challenges, but like now when somebody is helping you, please write it down. Take the
Yes.
write it down.
Sukham, Purvi, Vimi, everybody jump in. Okay, lack knowledge of investments, have done wrong investments. So maybe your challenge is now you're scared of investing, right? You're scared that you will lose money. I don't know where and how to invest. Got it? So check it out. The challenges are so many and the time is barely enough to address all these challenges. While at Women on Wealth, we have helped thousands of women address the same challenges. But in this much time, we can't manage to address all these challenges, right? So what I promise to do today is help you make 1% improvement in your money life. We at Women on Wealth believe that by making 1% improvement every day in our money life, we can become 37 times better in 1 year's time. So can we strive for that together? Are you all ready to make just that 1% improvement with me today? Type in ready if you're ready or thumbs up. Yes, Geeta, I like that. Okay, who else? Are you all ready? Got that, Shilpa? Yes, Anna. Got that, Ash? Awesome. So let's begin then. So the first concept that I want to talk about today inside of making 1% improvement in our money life is inflation. So for everybody who understands Hindi, inflation is called mehengai. So inflation is when you are spending more money to buy the same quantity of products and services. So how many of you can notice that yes, you're spending more money to buy the same quantity of products and services? Type in me. If you can see that, yeah. Yes, Shilpa is saying, yes, I can see, Priyanka, I am spending more money. Got that? Anna is spending more money to buy the same quantity of products and services. Yes, Ash. Which are those items that you notice you're spending more money on? Got that, Amita? Panaga? Which are those items that you're spending more money on? Come on. Which items do you notice inflation in? Yes, everyday groceries. Brilliant. Yes, gold has become expensive. The daily needs, dairy products, cooking oil, petrol, you name it, education. Yeah, practically hero, Amita, everything. Absolutely. Millie, Anna, acknowledging you guys for participating. Yes, Ash. So now, if you notice, as consumers, we're all conscious of inflation in our life. But the same concept of inflation goes out of sight for us when we are investing our money. Let me give you an example for that. So imagine that there is a policy or a scheme that you come across. Now, this policy or scheme, okay, it says invest 1 lakh every year for the next 10 years. And at the end of 20 years, you will receive 22 lakh rupees back. Now, how do you analyze such schemes? We analyze such schemes as, okay, we are investing 1 lakh every year for 10 years, meaning we're investing 10 lakh rupees. At the end of 20 years, we're receiving 22 lakh rupees back. My money is doubling. And we invest in such schemes. What we miss looking at is inflation. Just at a 5% inflation rate year on year, 22 lakh rupees 20 years later is worth 8.2 lakh rupees of today. So by investing 10 lakh rupees, what you're receiving back in value is amount worth 8.2 lakh rupees. Now that's inflation. So one of the important guidelines inside of this concept is make sure that the returns on your investments are over and above the inflation rate in the country. That's the first guideline that you can begin to take care of as beginners. Make sure, I'm repeating, that the return on your investments are over and above the inflation rate in the country. Financial analysts report that we are in a high inflation zone right now. they report that inflation rate in our country is about 8% year on year. So what our job as knowledgeable investors is to make sure that the return on our investments are over and above the 8% inflation rate. Now tell me, what is the rate of return you generate in the savings bank account? 5%. Okay, Geeta. What is the rate of return you generate on your savings bank account? Start typing, guys. Come on. 3.5, 3%. Yes, you guys are right. It's between 2 and 4% year on year. Brilliant. Now, if you notice fixed deposits, the rate of return is between 4 and 6% year on year, depending on the time horizon of the fixed deposit. You look at post office investments, provident fund, other insurance policies and schemes. The rate of return is between 6 and maximum 7.6% year on year, while inflation rate in the country is 8%. Are you really beating inflation by investing in these instruments? Type in yes or no. Are you really beating inflation? No. Yes, Geeta. Absolutely, Anna. Not at all. Brilliant, Amita, Hiral. You're right. You're not. So now, which are those investment instruments that can actually help you beat inflation? They are mutual funds, gold bonds, debt funds, liquid funds, properties, stocks, businesses, etc. Now, I'm sure everybody has heard of mutual funds here. How many of you are investing in mutual funds? Type in me. Or yeah, thumbs up. Got it? Geeta is. How many of you are investing in mutual funds? Got that, Hiral? Who else? Anybody else investing in mutual funds here? So all of you who are investing in mutual funds, tell me, do you know the step-by-step methodology to pick good quality mutual funds? There is a 30-step methodology to pick good quality mutual funds. Do you know the 30-step methodology? No. Okay, then how are you investing? All of you who said, yes, you're investing in mutual funds, and then you're saying, no, I don't know the methodology to pick good quality mutual funds. Yes, brilliant. So you're dependent on the agents, right? Advisor, broker. Tell me, does this dependency give you confidence? Is this dependency giving you confidence? Are you clear that yes, with whatever investments I've done through my broker, advisor, wealth manager, relationship manager, husband, friend, colleague, I know with these investments, I'm going to reach my financial goals. I have absolute clarity on it. Okay. So for all of you who are saying, no, I don't have that confidence, I'm not sure. Got it? Shilpa is saying, no, Priyanka. The truth about wealth creation here is that if we women really truly want to create wealth, the only way forward is becoming independent investors. Dependency, nobody else can create wealth for you. Everybody will make wealth for themselves. I'm sure in the healing process, you've noticed, you can only heal your own blockages. Nobody else can come and heal you. Yeah, the platform is here for you to heal. You got to come and heal yourself. The same is with finance investments. The truth about wealth creation is you got to show up for your own money life. You got to learn. And note that financial education is missing in our school and college system. Like healing is missing from our school and college system. It has to be a part of our school curriculum, isn't it? The same is with finance. Financial education is missing from our school and college system. And the truth about wealth creation is that if you women want to truly create wealth, you've got to take charge. take charge, learn, and then invest. Okay, since you said you don't know the step-by-step methodology to pick good quality mutual funds, let me share that it takes us over 4 hours in our course and community to explain the entire step-by-step methodology to pick good quality mutual funds. So inside of making just 1% improvement in our money life, I'm going to share the initial 4-5 steps to pick good quality mutual funds. Step number 1 is identify what is that category of mutual fund you should be picking depending on what your goal is. Step number 2, you need to look at who the fund manager is. Step number 3, you got to look at what is the fund manager's strategy. What are the kind of investments he or she has picked in that mutual fund? What is the kind of asset allocation that has been done? What's the expense ratio? What are the risk to reward measures, etc., etc., etc. Now, how many of you thought I was speaking a lot of jargons? Type in me. If you thought, Priyanka, what are you saying? You know, I didn't get a word of what you said. Got that, Geeta? What about others? How many of you thought this is going over my head, man? I don't know this. Got that, Ash? Yeah, over the head, Geeta? Pala 50%, okay. Got that, Anna? And this is why I said it takes 4 hours for us to explain the step-by-step methodology to pick good quality mutual funds. So when you want to take an engineering job, what do? You don't take up an engineering job right away, right? Because if you take that job up before getting educated, what happens? You're signing up for a low-paying job for the rest of your life. But once you do your engineering, you complete your degree, you're signing up for a lifelong of abundance. So the same is with financial education. You learn once, you know it for life. Example, you learn once the step-by-step methodology to pick good quality mutual funds, or you learn the art of financial planning, you learn the art of building a well-diversified investment portfolio, you then know it for life. For a lifetime, you've taken the dependency out of your life. Now that's the benefit of becoming financially educated. I want to share a story of a student of ours, a community member of ours. She's known as Prema Gurung, that's her name. And she came to a free introduction session of Women on Wealth in 2014. She was married for 2 years. She was finding it difficult to talk about money with her husband. They were living paycheck to paycheck and they were in a credit card debt of about 10 lakh rupees. No investments, no savings whatsoever. There was a lot of financial anxiety, a lot of financial stress, and she came to the free introduction session of ours. And she joined the Money Gym program. Within 20 months of doing the Money Gym program, she paid off her entire debt of 10 lakh rupees. And she has never been in debt ever since. Next step, she built her emergency fund, bought the right insurances for herself and her husband, started doing her own income tax planning and that of her husband, used tax saving strategies, and she built a well-diversified investment portfolio without depending on anyone in her life. At that moment, her husband noticed the change that she was bringing to the family's finances, and he declared her as the finance minister of the house and started handing over his entire salary to her. Since then, she started investing for both of them. A couple of years later, they bought a land in their hometown. A couple of years after that, when they were absolutely financially secure and financially prepared, they brought a daughter to this world. And then they started building her higher education fund. A couple of years after that, the coronavirus crisis hit all of us. In the first wave, both of them lost their income. But nothing could shake the peace of mind of the family. Both of them, they supported each other. And today, they are earning more than they ever did before. They're back in their jobs and businesses and building their daughter's higher education fund and their own retirement fund. Now, this is the story of a woman who truly took charge of her finances, broke her barriers, and created a space for wealth creation to happen in her life. Now, how can you create wealth? What are those steps to create wealth? So I'm repeating the steps, okay, which I've already shared with you. Step number 1 is resolve to start. A lot of us women, we actually do not get started on our financial goals. We keep saying these are our goals. We don't get started on them. So step 1 is really getting started. Start typing for how long you've just been thinking about these goals. For how many years, months have you just been thinking? 3 years? And what's the cost? What's the cost of waiting for 3 years to get started on your goals? Some of you may be waiting for a lifetime. Some of you may have been wanting these goals since you started working. Or maybe as a child you had a dream. Start looking at what's the cost you've paid. Have you lost your peace of mind? Is there stress in relationships? Yeah. Do you feel financially secure or do you feel financially insecure? Is there anxiety around? Yeah. So the key is that you need to identify what is the cost that I've been paying for this long. And do I want to keep paying the cost? If you want to keep paying the cost, you don't need to start. And if you're done with paying this cost, then it's critical you start. So that's step 1. Step 2 is become financially educated. Learn how to research investments. Finance is a system. Build that system in your life. Learn how to build that system. It's very, very tangible. Learn the step-by-step methodologies to pick good quality mutual funds, to pick good quality investments, the step-by-step methodology to do your own financial planning, the step-by-step methodology to build diversification in your portfolio, step-by-step methodology to build a diversified investment portfolio. So everything around finance is a system. There is a method to it. We all need to learn that method. Let me give an example. So imagine that you want to invest in a business and there's a business that comes your way. And this business is 40 years old, 40 years old. It's a well-established business. The borrowings of the business are 1 crore rupees. The business does not have enough cash to pay off the borrowings. Also, the business is not making enough profit to pay off the borrowings. Given this financial situation of the business, would you invest in the business? Type in yes or no. Or for people whom I can see, just nod your heads, yes, no. No, brilliant, right? None of us in the craziest of our minds would ever invest in a business like that. Yeah. Now, what did we do? We used a method. Absolutely, Rita, Ash, Shilpa, Geeta, everybody. So come. So what will we do? We will make sure that we use a method to identify if an investment is worth our while. Now, a lot of women say finance is complex. Tell me, was this method complex? Type in yes or no. No, right? Absolutely no. It wasn't complex. So the next step is, can we break out of the myths, of the barriers that we've created for yourself, for our own selves? And I'm sure in the healing space, you're doing that already. So be an open mind, be an open heart, be willing to learn, persist, be disciplined, be focused. That's the next step, the third step to wealth creation. Step 4 is make sure you have mentors. I'm not talking about advisors here. I'm talking about mentors, people who are financially educated. They are making independent, knowledgeable financial decisions, and they can help you make such knowledgeable decisions. So mentors are a key. And the last step, community is the secret success ingredient. We're all equal to the 5 people around us. And if those 5 people are financially educated people, if those 5 people are financially successful people, we will be financially successful too. So these are the steps to create wealth, everybody. Repeating them. Number 1, resolve to start. Number 2, learn how to research, know that finance is a system and there is a step-by-step methodology to everything in finance. Step number 3, build your investor attitude. Step number 4, note that mentors are a key. And step 5, community is the secret success ingredient. So take charge, everybody. On this note, handing you back. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Priyanka. That was truly very inspirational. And if you all have to take one thing from today's session, what she meant and what she said was, dare to dream, learn to excel. Everything begins at your thought level. First of all, I have to have the thought and the mindset and the desire to make that difference in my life. And the minute I have the desire to make the difference, then the follow-up steps is something which is my responsibility. And we all, as a community, as she said, you need a community, are actually releasing the blocks. And you all have actually released quite a few of your blocks. So what are you actually waiting for? And start your journey today. And to know that it is everyone's birthright to create abundance. We speak about it on a physical level. We spoke about it opening the abundance portal as well. So thank you, Priyanka, for joining. That was awesome. And it's truly an honor for our Daily Theta community to have you here on our platform.
Thank you for having me here. And here are the links, everybody, again, to our platforms. If you want to join in, you're welcome to. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
so thank you all, with lots of gratitude from Sesta Healing Studio and Priyanka Bhatia, Women on Wealth. Thank you so much. See you all tomorrow with all your questions. 9 a.m. Tomorrow is Friday, our question answer day. So see you all tomorrow, 9 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.